A drunken party in a prison cell posted recently by a prisoner on TikTok. This just a glimpse of a potentially dangerous problem. It was filmed in HMP Five Wells in Northamptonshire, which opened in February last year. From the outside it looks every bit the flagship modern prison, but in rare interviews 3 prison guards paint a very different picture of life inside.
Yeah, so he's there.
They're risking their careers talking to us, but feel their lives are at risk at work. One we will call Harry, we meet secretly in a nearby car park.
How safe do you feel as a prison officer in Five Wells?
Not very safe at all. We're lacking equipment. We're lucky if we get a radio to go onto the landings. We've got a very limited amount of body cams that work. It's like a lucky dip raffle.
And has there been recent examples of aggression towards staff?
Yeah, so a prison officer was seriously assaulted a few weeks ago. He was stabbed in the head with a metal spike. There's weapons all over the prison. They'll make them themselves. Razor blades and toilet brushes. They'll use pieces of metal. And there's a lot of members of staff that have absolutely no prison experience, so they lack confidence.
Who's running the prison?
The prisoners, effectively. The prisoners run the prison.
HMP Five Wells is privately operated by G4S and is the government's solution to the antiquated Victorian prison estate, like Wandsworth, where recently an inmate escaped. Dubbed a smart prison, its X-shaped blocks with wider, shorter corridors are supposedly easier to control. But staff say a system that gives prisoners bands, that allows them to move around the blocks, is being offered to too many inmates by management and abused by prisoners to sell drugs. This is another Five Wells officer who wants to blow the whistle. We'll call her Sally.
How often do prison officers get hurt?
On a daily basis, we get urine and faeces thrown in our faces. We get spat at, so we get things thrown at us. We get stabbed. An officer got stabbed a few weeks ago. Punched, kicked, tripped up with the feet, hit with pull cues.
That's a daily basis?
A daily basis. Yeah, a daily basis.
G4S say no officer has ever been stabbed at the prison, and the officer in the incident described only received superficial wounds. But prisoner videos using smuggled phones suggest staff are under-supported and seem out of their depth. Here, a female officer on her own dealing with sexual intimidation from the male inmates. Sally says often just one member of staff is looking after 60 men on a landing. This month, an independent monitoring board found the number of inexperienced staff in the prison was a major concern.
Was it people taking shots?
This video, posted online, shows another cell party. Prisoners brew their own alcohol, but our whistleblowers believe it's often staff bringing in the drugs, and they're not being searched. This is Jane, who left her job at the prison because she didn't feel safe.
Sometimes you go weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks,
but that was just mainly in the mornings. The night times, you would never get searched.
So any prison officer could know that they come in at night time, they wouldn't be checked?
Yeah.
And you think that quite a few were corrupt?
Most definitely.
What's this geezer doing?
Another film shows an inmate on the roof. And though this is a Category C prison, officers feel there's a high number of dangerous inmates and not enough protection for staff.
Something major is going to happen. There will be a killing. Yeah, somebody's going to get stabbed or somebody's going to get murdered within that prison.
How do you feel at the end of a shift?
Relieved. Relieved that I've managed to get out without injury. I love my job, but what's it going to take? Is it going to take for someone to be killed in that place before someone says we need to do something about this?
Which is why, presumably, you're talking to me right now.
Exactly.
It's 36 acres and £250 million of state-of-the-art security, but the people charged with running it don't feel safe. Jason Farrell, Sky News. G4S told us safety is our number one priority and we do not tolerate violence. They take swift and robust action when serious incidents do happen and refer to the police. They have sufficient levels of staffing to run a stable, consistent and safe regime. We continue to drive recruitment. The majority of our employees have more than 12 months prison experience and they have officers on secondment from G4S prisons. They continue to take steps to improve the regime every day. They say they work tirelessly to detect, intercept and confiscate contraband.